Did you know that Antarctica is actually a desert? How can this be? There's no heat or sand. It's about the amount of rain and snow that a region gets. Therefore, with the very little annual precipitation that Antarctica gets, it is actually considered a desert. The average annual rainfall at the South Pole over the past 30 years was just over 10 millimeters or 0.4 inches. On average, Antarctica is the windiest place on Earth. Scientists have reported wind speeds up to 200 miles per hour or 322 kilometers per hour. And the coldest temperature ever recorded in Antarctica was at the Russian Vostok station with a freezing -89.2 degrees Celsius or -128.6 degrees Fahrenheit. There is no time zone in Antarctica. At the South Pole, the lines of longitude that give us the different time zones around the globe all meet at a single point. Antarctica also experiences 6 months of constant daylight in summer and 6 months of constant darkness in winter. So it's pretty easy to lose sense of time without normal days and nights. Scientists working at the stations there will use the time zone of the country that operates or supplies them. Or they will use the local time of nearby countries. You know, that also means that there is only one sunrise and one sunset in each year. And during those winter months, the size of Antarctica doubles. Another fun fact. There are several volcanoes in Antarctica, 2 of which are still active, which are Mount Erebus and Deception Island. Could you imagine running a 42 kilometers marathon in Antarctica? The Antarctic Ice Marathon started in 2005. What about being born in Antarctica? At least 11 babies have been born there. Also, did you know that Antarctica has its own treaty? Several nations had tried to claim the continent in the past, causing tensions. Therefore, the treaty was signed in December 1959 by 12 countries to reserve Antarctica for peace and science. Since then, 41 other countries have signed the treaty, and meetings are held every year to manage human activity on the continent. This includes guidelines for fishing and the banning of mining and mineral exploration. Not so fun fact. Australian doctors working at the Australian Antarctic stations during winter need to have their appendix removed. This is to prevent medical emergencies, because evacuation back to Australia for medical care is impossible for part of the year. Lastly, if you stand at the South Pole, you are at the southernmost point on Earth. Therefore, every way that you look is north. We hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about Antarctica. See you in the next video.